What up, guys? GangstaPranksta here, bringing you the weekly wrestling review for November 12th. Welcome to the show. If you're new to the show, this is where we're talking about everything pro wrestling, news, reviews, predictions, everything about the world of professional wrestling. Welcome to the show if you're a fan. So let's talk about today's show. We got we got reviews for RAW, SmackDown, Impact, or Ring of Honor TV, predictions for Turning Point this Sunday, and a little bit of news. And a big question for next week's show. Wait till the end, because there's a big, not announcement, but big question regarding next week's show. So let's jump right into the reviews. First, we got Raw. Let me pull up my notes. Okay, so it starts out with John Cena. Comes out, he talks about The Rock being his partner, blah, blah, blah. Miz and R-Truth come out and talk a bunch of trash about Cena and Rock. Then they attack Cena, and Zack Ryder makes the save. First match is John Morrison versus Dolph Ziggler. Good match. John Morrison wins. Next we have Mason Ryan versus JTG. Okay match. Mason wins. Next is Alberto Del Rio versus Kofi Kingston. Pretty good match. Del Rio wins. After the match, CM Punk comes out, and Del Rio says he was forced to give Punk a WWE title match last week. Punk gets on the mic and trashes Del Rio, saying he says all the same things, he says the same thing all the time. That's kind of funny because it's true, you know, whenever Del Rio gets on the mic, it's my destiny, and it's funny that Punk made fun of him because it's true. And then Punk says he's going to be WWE champion again at Survivor Series. Del Rio tells Punk to cancel the match. Punk says no. Del Rio attacks Punk. Punk gets the jump on Del Rio. Ricardo Rodriguez interferes, jumps on Punk, and he gets to go to sleep. So that was it for that segment. Next we got Jack Swagger versus Santino Marella. Okay match. Swagger wins. Next is Jerry Lawler. He brings out Kelly Kelly for a Maxim magazine cover reveal that Kelly was on. Kelly comes out and she talks how it was an honor and blah 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 and how much she's grown up. And then Natalya and Beth Phoenix come out. They mock Kelly and start bullying her and stuff. Eve and Alicia Fox come out and back up Kelly. Natalya and Beth leave, and then they reveal the magazine cover. It was whatever. What's it called? Next, we got John Laurinaitis comes out and brings out Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash talks about being re-signed and taking out Triple H and how he didn't like Triple H in the beginning, but I think Shawn Michaels wanted Triple H to be part of the group, blah, blah, blah. And last but not least, John Cena and Zack Ryder versus Miz and R-Truth. Good match. Miz and R-Truth win. And Truth took a nasty bump in this match. They replayed the... Goddamn, I'm fucking up a lot. Truth, he took a nasty bump. I think it was Zack Ryder or Cena threw him... No, it was Zack Ryder. Threw him outside. And Truth pretty much fucking took a dive over the top and bashed the back of his head on the outside floor, and it looked nasty. They replayed it a couple times, and hopefully he's not injured, no concussions, because that's some serious shit. Next we got TNA Impact. Starts out with Bobby Roode. He comes out, brags about beating James Storm. Storm comes out and chases Roode out of the ring. Sting comes out and says Roode will defend the world title against Storm tonight. Or, yeah, that's whatever. And then D'Angelo Dinero versus Crimson. That's the first match. Pretty good match. Crimson wins. And watching this match, I wish D'Angelo Dinero was used more in TNA, you know? He had the whole thing with Devon and stuff, but that was kind of I just wish he would be more, like, in a main event, not main event, maybe mid-card feud. You know, maybe used a little bit more on Impact. I don't know, throw him in the X Division or something. Whatever, I want to see this man more on TV. Next we got Gunner versus Garrett Bischoff. This was blah. Garrett wins by DQ after Flair attacks the ref. Next is Zema Ion versus Jesse Sorensen. Okay match, Jesse Sorensen wins. I wish it went a little bit longer, it was kind of short. After the match, Kid Cash comes out and says at Turning Point it will be Kid Cash versus Austin Aries versus Jesse Sorensen for the X Division title at Turning Point. Jesse signs the contract. Kid Cash makes a mom joke. Jesse gets upset and attacks Kid Cash. Austin Aries comes out and they both take out Jesse Sorensen. Next, we got Velvet Sky and Mickie James versus Gail Kim and Madison Rayne. Knockouts tag team title match. Pretty good match. Gail and Madison win. Next, we got Robbie E and Rob Terry versus Eric Young and Ronnie. It was pretty good. I'm gonna be honest. The only reason it was good is because Eric Young's he's entertaining to watch, and TNA. He's a good wrestler. Eric Young's a good wrestler, but they always make him this fucking goofball character, And if they ever try and make him like a serious character, like a serious heel or something, no one's gonna take him seriously because he's always been a goofball his entire time in TNA. Team Canada, he was a goofball. I don't know. I don't remember what he did after that. Oh, he teamed with Shark Boy for a little bit. Fucking goofball, Always a goofball. Super Eric, goofball. So, I don't know. I don't really want him to be a goofball anymore, I want him to be like a wrestler. But whatever. It was pretty good. Eric and Ronnie win. My only note about this match was when WWE has celebrities come in and do something like a match, it's on a pay-per-view. When TNA does it, it's on Impact. That's kind of weird, Why not have it on the pay-per-view? I don't know. But Eric Young and Robbie E have a match on the pay-per-view. We'll give predictions for that later. Next, we got AJ Styles versus Christopher Daniels. Good match. AJ wins. During the match, they have some MMA guy doing announcing, and they pretty much talk about MMA the whole time. I'm going to go on a little rant. This pissed me off because you're talking about a completely different sport. You're supposed to be talking about wrestling. The match between Daniels and Styles, talk about their feud, their match of Bound for Glory, their past history as a tag team, whatever. Don't talk about MMA the whole fucking time. MMA and WWE are kind of like day and night. They're two completely different things. Yes, they have some similarities, but in general, it's just different things, I don't really like MMA, and to me, when people are like, what do you like better, MMA or that fake shit wrestling? Well, to me, wrestling can guarantee you a good show. MMA can't. What if every match on the fucking MMA card was a 3-round, no knockout, no submission? It all goes to a fucking a deciding victory. That's boring as shit. People want to see knockouts. People want to see blood, and so MMA can't provide a good show, in my opinion, because it's all by fluke. Yes, wrestling is predetermined, and MMA is not. It's not. Although maybe some big fights might be throwing a little money in some directions. But you can't guarantee MMA is going to be a good show, and I fucking hated it when TNA had the Bobby Lashley versus Samoa Joe thing at Bound for Glory. They built it as a MMA fighter versus a wrestler. That was such a horrible gimmick for a match. It was so fucking dumb. No one's going to win for that either. It's so dumb because look, if you have Bobby Lashley win, then he beats the fake wrestler. I use that in quotations. The fake wrestler, and wrestling just gets shit on. If Samoa Joe were to beat Bobby Lashley, no one's going to believe that the fake wrestler beat the real fighter, So it was like a lose-lose situation, and then Bobby Lashley made Samoa Joe tap, whatever. And I don't know, I hate it when they try and, mix MMA and wrestling. It's, just stay apart. I know there's a bunch of MMA guys that are fans of wrestling, and there's a bunch of wrestling guys that are fans of MMA. But I don't think they should mix like in the ring or whatever. You remember that Kurt Angle Samoa Joe match at Lockdown? That was blah. It's never ended good, in my opinion. Anyways, off that rant, and we're going to talk about TNA a little bit more because Actually, I'll get to that later. Next we got Jeff Jarrett, AJ Styles, good match. AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, good match. AJ wins, if I didn't mention that already. Next we got Jeff Jarrett and Bully Ray and Scott Steiner versus Jeff Hardy, Mr. Anderson, and Abyss. Good match. Hardy, Anderson, and Abyss win. A little hiccup there. Last but not least, James Storm versus Bobby Roode, TNA World Title match. This is the third TNA World Title match in 3 weeks. Why order a pay-per-view if every fucking Impact is going to have a world title match? Anyways, it wasn't really a match. Storm was attacked backstage earlier in the night, and when he came out, he wasn't in any condition to wrestle. Robert Roode just pinned Storm. He, schoolboyed him. After the match, AJ, Kazarian, and Sting come out to check on Storm. AJ challenges Roode to a match at Turning Point. Sting says it's a done deal. Next, we got SmackDown. Very short. It starts out with Randy Orton comes out, talks about captaining a team for Survivor Series. Wade Barrett comes out and talks a bunch of shit. Christian comes out and says the same thing. Then Barrett and Christian attack Orton. Sheamus makes the save. Teddy Long comes out and says it'll be Sheamus against Christian and Barrett against Orton tonight. So first match, Sheamus versus Christian. Good match. Sheamus wins. They always have good matches when they wrestle. They've wrestled so much. They have chemistry and stuff like that. Next, we got Ted DiBiase versus Jinder Mahal. Okay match. DiBiase wins. Mark Henry versus Daniel Bryan. Pretty good match. Henry wins. After the match, Henry keeps attacking Daniel Bryan. And Big Show makes the save. And then we got Big Show takes on 3 unknown guys, and he beats them all, in 2 minutes or whatever. And next we got Alicia Fox versus Tamina. Okay match. Alicia wins. Epico and Hunico versus the Uso brothers. This was actually pretty good. Epico and Hunico win, and they were managed by Primo, so it's going to be like a stable. And after the match, Epico, Hunico, and Primo beat down the Usos. I wonder if Rey Mysterio comes back. He can be part of Epico, Hunico, Primo, and Rey Mysterio. If that's the little thing that they're going for, everything ending in O. Next we got Randy Orton versus Wade Barrett. Good match. Barrett wins. And that was SmackDown. Next we got Ring of Honor TV. Jim Cornette is in the ring and announces that Eddie Edwards will take on Davey Richards for the world title at Final Battle. Eddie comes out and says it's going to be a good match, and he respects Davey. Davey Richards comes out and congratulates Eddie on his title match, and says next week House of Truth need an ass kicking, and says it'll be the House of Truth against the American Wolves, which should be a good match. Next we got Shiloh Jones versus Michael Elgin. Pretty good match. Michael Elgin wins. They did a promo for Kevin Steen, where he has a bunch of lawyers and says he's going to sue Ring of Honor, sue Jim Cornette. The lawyers that, or the actors that played the lawyers, they were blah. But Kevin Steen's promo, he talked about Steve Corino, Jimmy Jacobs, Jim Cornette, Davey Richards. He just talked about everybody, and it was really good. You believe when Kevin Steen talks and how he says he's going to, kick everyone's ass and kick El Generico's ass and Steve Corino's ass and just about everybody. Can't wait till he comes back because, in my opinion, ROH needs a good heel, and they don't really have one right now. The only one that they have, the Briscoes and Roderick Strong, and kind of Tommaso Ciampa. But, they really need like a Kevin Steen, and I think they're kind of teasing Eddie Edwards turning heel on Davey Richards. That would be interesting. But we'll have to wait and see. Next, we got the Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team versus Caprice Coleman and Cedric Alexander. Good match. Haas and Benjamin win. After the match, the Briscoe brothers come out and say they're coming for those tag team titles. Again, a good show by Ring of Honor. If you want to watch Ring of Honor, and it's not on your TV, you don't live in America or whatever, go to their website, rohwrestling.com, make an account for free, and watch the show every Thursday. They put up their previous shows. Go watch them. They're always good. I enjoy them. It's it's a show that I look forward to every week, you know. I know if WWE is not going to be good, or Raw or Smackdown or Impact, I know Ring of Honor is always going to have a good show. Because it's mainly wrestling, and I'm a wrestling fan, so I love watching Ring of Honor. If you're a wrestling fan, definitely check out Ring of Honor. Next, you got predictions for TNA Turning Point. That's tomorrow night, but I'll be posting this on Monday. And yeah, so you probably already watched Turning Point or whatever. Anyways, first, I'm going to give my predictions. First match, Mr. Anderson and Abyss versus Bully Ray Scott Steiner. This could be a good match. There's a lot of matches on this pay-per-view, and I'll talk about... I got a joke in my head for something. This should be a good match. I think... I don't know where they're going to go with this. I'd like to see Mr. Anderson, like, in a world title match or something. I don't know, he's entertaining, and I'd like to see Mr. Anderson used more. And I like Bully Ray. I don't like Scott Steiner that much. And Abyss is just mad to me. Abyss has just been mad to me for a while. Ever since they took James Mitchell away from Abyss, I thought the Abyss character is just going downhill. Anyways, side note, I think Mr. Anderson and Abyss are going to win. They'll probably make this a no DQ match. Like, oh, we didn't announce no DQ match? Oh, well, this is a no DQ match. That's whatever. Next, we got Eric Young versus Robbie E. TNA TV title match. I like Eric Young, but Robbie E is going to win. Eric Young hasn't really done anything as champ. That's not his fault. That's the company's fault. You know, he had his little thing, backstage segments, where he's wrestling like Scott Baio or whatever, and just, you know, wrestling a bunch of people. And then they stopped using him. And now they're doing the Robbie E thing, so I don't know. Hopefully Ronnie doesn't come back. Hopefully they stop using people from the Jersey Shore. It's just a mind fuck every time they do it. And I see Robbie E winning. And he has Rob Terry in his corner. Next we got Austin Aries versus Jesse Sorensen versus Kid Cash. 3-way X Division title match. Gotta give it to Austin Aries. He just won it last month. No need to... Was it last month? Did he win it at Bound for Glory? Or was it No Surrender? I don't remember. Anyways, still too early on in his X Division title thing. Let him hold it a little bit longer. Eventually, Jesse Sorensen will get a title match and will probably win. Next, we got Mexican America and Sarita versus Inc. and Toxin for the TNA Tag Team title match. This was the match that I had a joke in my head for. I wonder if they're going to put this on the pre-show this time. Probably, because apparently they hate tag team wrestling. Because I don't know why this is a 6-man for the TNA Tag Team titles. That's kind of dumb to me. They no build for this fucking match until of Impact. I didn't mention it because it's a backstage segment, and I don't really talk about backstage segments unless it's really bad or really good. So yeah, it's just like they haven't done anything with this feud. They had like fucking the thing on Impact. Inc. was eating, and then Mexican America came, and then there was a brawl, and that's it. Other than that, they haven't done shit with this feud, you know? I'd like Inc. to win, but they're probably not going to, because TNA's dumb. Next, we got Crimson and Matt Morgan. This could actually be pretty awful. It could be awful, but it also could be good. I don't know which one it's going to be, but I see Crimson winning. No need for Matt Morgan to beat Crimson. I think they're probably going to end up tag teaming sooner or later. They're just going through like a rough patch in their relationship. Air quotations in that. So yeah, Crimson wins. Next we have Velvet Sky versus Gail Kim, Knockouts title match. I know TNA loves it when they get somebody that just left WWE. But do not make Gail Kim Knockouts champ, especially when she's already the Knockouts tag team champ. She doesn't need the other belt, alright? Fuck. Let Velvet win. And this is another person. You haven't done shit with Velvet ever since Bound for Glory. She won the title. It's supposed to be a big fucking deal. Haven't done shit with her. Makes me angry. Anyways, I want to see Velvet win, but I know TNA is going to be stupid and be like, she just came from WWE. She's got to be popular. And they'll probably give it to her. Next we got RVD versus Christopher Daniels, no DQ match. I don't know why it's already a no DQ match. This is going to be their, well, I guess their second match, because they had one Impact like last week or something. No need to do a no DQ match right away, you know, fuck. But I think Christopher Daniels needs it. You know, he hasn't won a match in a while. RVD's not really doing anything either. Maybe keep this feud going on for a little bit, couple months. I'm going to go with Christopher Daniels. Next, we got Jeff Jarrett and Jeff Hardy in a match. I'm going to go with Jeff Hardy. This whole feud's been pretty bad. You know, they talked about how embarrassing it was for the whole Jeff Hardy incident at Victory Road, yet they keep bringing it up and up and up for this feud. That shit is not necessary for this feud, you know? You don't have to show it. You could just be like, you know, you're an embarrassment to this company, and leave it at that. And if you want to know what they're talking about, go on fucking YouTube. Go on Google. People will tell you, you know? But there's no need to show that on TV, because it's pretty distasteful. Anyways, next we got Bobby Roode versus AJ Styles. Got to give it to Bobby Roode. He just won the title last week, and AJ's going into this match injured. I wouldn't think AJ was gonna win, but now he's definitely not gonna win. And yeah, so let Bobby Roode hold the title. Should have won at Bound for Glory, but whatever. And we'll see where this feud goes. Will James Storm make an appearance? I don't know. So that's it for Turning Point. 9 matches for what, $35? There's some matches that are pretty good. The X Division match is going to be good. RVD Christopher Daniels, Velvet Gail. I don't know. Maybe wait for my review next week. Next, we got some news. First, we got Christian. He's injured. It breaks my fucking heart because I just endorsed him last week. I talked about how much I love Christian, and now he's injured and he's going to be out of action. And that makes me sad because he's so awesome, and he's probably not going to wrestle at Survivor Series. So they're probably going to need to find a replacement. We'll see, but it sucks that he's injured. Hopefully he comes back in time for, WrestleMania. And hopefully the injury is not too severe where he can come back in about a month or a few weeks, whatever. Or hopefully he can still appear, but not wrestle, you know, maybe make some promos and shit like that. Next, is John Morrison leaving WWE? Well, according to, I don't know where I read this, but Morrison is not scheduled for any WWE events after December 1st. Could this mean he's leaving WWE? It's possible. You know, it's been announced that he's been in the doghouse for a while. Could he be going to TNA? It's possible. It's possible he can go to TNA. They'll probably give him, the world title because he's a former WWE superstar. So, yeah, it might be a good move for him to go. But, I don't know, it confused me because he won his match against Dolph Ziggler this week. So, if he's leaving, they wouldn't put him over the U.S. champ. So that I was kind of confused by that. Don't be surprised if John Morrison leaves WWE. And we'll just have to wait and see. Next, it's not really a news topic. It's just something I want to address. Recently, I had somebody comment on my YouTube channel page. I'm not calling out the person. I just want to set the record straight. He says, he told me to stop mocking TNA, but what he meant is stop shitting on TNA. And for the past couple weeks, I have noticed that I am being very negative towards TNA. And that's not my... How would I word this? It's not because I don't like TNA. Actually, I really don't like them right now. But, I like TNA. I want to like TNA, but it's hard for me to like them when they do so much dumb shit. It's so many stupid mistakes. I remember when TNA, when I kind of stopped liking TNA was when Hogan came in. You know, before that, AJ was champ. He had a pay-per-view match with Christopher Daniels and Samoa Joe, and I think the next pay-per-view was AJ and Joe. Or was it AJ and Daniels? I don't remember. And it was Desmond Wolfe and Kurt Angle and Beer Money were tag team champions, and main event Mafia was finally gone, and I thought TNA was on a good track. And then the Impact that what's it called, Hogan debuted on, put a real sour taste in my mouth. I would love to review that show. I'm just gonna talk about a couple of things that really pissed me off. One, that pay-per-view, January 4th, TNA, WWE, they're gonna go head-to-head, 3-hour show for TNA. I was excited as a wrestling fan. The whole wrestling world was excited because it's like, oh shit, are we gonna see Wrestling Wars again? TNA pretty much shot themselves in the fucking foot by putting on such a garbage show. And not all of it was garbage. You had a solid main event, AJ and Angle. They had a kick-ass match. But, most of it was so dumb. The first thing, the Steel Asylum match. Homicide, he wins, or he got, DQ'd in a steel cage match. Something really fucking stupid. And then Jeff Hardy attacked him. Twist of fate. And then what do they do with that feud? Nothing. Homicide doesn't get his comeback, whatever. Nothing. It's just the inconsistencies in this company is just fucking ridiculous. That's not my fault. I'm just pointing out the flaws. And it's not just me. It's tons of wrestling fans, We want to like TNA. It's just it's hard for us to like them when they keep doing stupid shit. They bring in Bubba the Love Sponge. Lasted 2 months, gone. And because of him, Awesome Kong was released or fired or she left. Fuck you, TNA. Look at that shit. You never did anything. And I should stop playing with that. And fucking Bubba the Love Sponge got one of your top knockouts fired or some shit. It was fucking stupid. You had him. He was there for 2 months because he was Hogan's friend. Nasty Boys, same thing. Hogan's friend. They didn't do shit. Val Venus, 2 months, gone. Orlando Jordan, there for 1.5 years, way too long. He should have never been there. And when he debuted, it looked like he was going to feud with D'Angelo De Niro. Did they even have a match? I don't know. I don't remember, and I don't really give a shit. The whole thing with Orlando Jordan, the bisexual thing, was so fucking bad. It was just so bad. It was disgusting, It was so dumb and stupid. Just all the stupid shit TNA does. It pisses me off. And then having Jeff Hardy go out when he's not capable of wrestling, he was fucked up on whatever, and you put him out there and he embarrasses your fucking company and ruins your pay-per-view. Fuck you, TNA, fuck you. And when Eric Bischoff, the fucking asshole, tells wrestling fans, internet wrestling fans, whatever you want to call, we're still wrestling fans, just because we're smarter than the average wrestling fan, that means we're more passionate about this, we want to learn more, we want to know more about wrestling, and he's calling us stupid, and, we're a bunch of retards, because we have opinions on shit. Fuck you. It's so fucking dumb. The inconsistencies in TNA, everything about TNA just really pisses me off. From the people in charge to, Hulk Hogan, saying what he said about Bobby Roode, saying he's not ready for a title run or whatever. Even if it's true, you shouldn't fucking say that. And then you had AJ lashing out. AJ is a company fucking guy. He's been there since day one. He never said anything bad. And, he finally, he got fed up with it, and he said something, So it's not just me that's pissed off. It's people in their own fucking company. And I remember a long time ago, reports, Kazarian, he wanted to be released from his contract because TNA wasn't doing shit with him, and they wouldn't release him. Why wouldn't they release him? It's fucking stupid. In general, they don't know how to handle talent. Remember Jay Lethal? Fucking, this is the last point I'm gonna make, because I can go on forever. Anyways, Jay Lethal, he had a feud with Ric Flair. I'm going to link that promo because I love watching that. It was fucking entertaining as hell. So he had a match with AJ at Slammiversary. He had a match with Ric Flair at Victory Road. You think he's going places. Wins the X Division title on Impact, you never hear about the guy ever again. The inconsistencies in TNA. They don't know how to use talent, it's fucking stupid. It's absolutely stupid. And TNA right now has a chance to do something good. They've hit the reset button. Angle's not in the title picture. Sting's not wrestling anymore. Hogan hasn't been on TV for a while. Time for some new blood to show. Time for the young guys to step up and just, show that they are better than the older talent, and they can bring it, And it's kind of TNA's job to just back them up. Right angles that are going to last long. Not be inconsistent like fucking Jeff Jarrett. Remember I mentioned this a bunch of times? He did the whole thing with Mexican America. 1 week later, he has a feud with Kazarian. And next week, he has a feud with Jeff Hardy. Inconsistencies everywhere. So, it's not my fucking fault. I love TNA. I used to love TNA. It's a pain to watch TNA. I watch Raw, I watch SmackDown, watch Ring of Honor, and I'm like, shit, I still have to watch TNA. And that's going to be pretty bad. And I don't want to say that I don't want to say that to watch TNA. I want to be like, fuck, still gonna watch TNA. It's gonna be another awesome show. But in my head, it's just, I wonder what the fuck they're gonna do now. What are they gonna do now that's gonna make me so pissed off that I don't want to even talk about it anymore? And that's not. I don't know. It just pisses me off watching TNA sometimes and some of the stupid things. Cause there's tons of fucking things I could talk about forever, but I don't want to. So to the person that left the comments, I'm not being negative. I just see things and I talk about them. I want to like TNA, but they're doing a good job of not wanting me to like them. So that's not my fault. That's theirs. Anyways, sorry about that rant. Some of you can agree with me, some of you can't, and that's fine. So thank you for watching the Weekly Wrestling Review. Come back. Okay, one question I want to ask if you made it this far. Next week is going to be the last time for SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 game footage. Do you guys want to see? What do you want to see next week? I have a bunch of matches lined up, like maybe Brock Lesnar, Undertaker, Hell in a Cell, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, just historic matches. So yeah, tell me in the comments. I want to thank you guys for watching the Weekly Wrestling Review. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to rate it, comment, rate, like, dislike, whatever. And thank you for watching, guys. Take care. Peace out.